You're stopped at a stoplight and you look up in the rear view mirror and you see that someone is headed at the rear of your car at high speed. What do? Well, I'm going to show you.
First thing I want to talk about is setting up the inside of your vehicle. Obviously, the most important thing for you to do is wear your seatbelt and wear it properly. You can see here, the seatbelt is properly situated between her shoulder and her neck. Also, don't tuck the seatbelt behind you. The seatbelt is there to protect you in case you're in an injury. The other thing I want to talk about is the head restraint. The purpose of the head restraint is to keep your neck from extending back into extension in the event of a car accident. Make sure the top of the head restraint is above the top of your head. Why? If your car is hit from the rear, your head and neck could ramp up the back of the seat, flipping your neck back into extension, increasing the risk of injury. Secondly, we're going to talk about hand position. You can see in this picture her hands are at 5 and 7 o'clock on the steering wheel. The main reason for this is the airbag. If the airbag explodes at 200 miles an hour, it's going to push your hands down and to the side instead of up. This will protect you from shoulder and wrist injury in the event of a rear impact car crash. Speaking of airbags, make sure you're seated at least 15 inches away from the airbag in the event that the airbag explodes. And finally, we have the brakes. There's a common misconception among people that you should, quote, go limp and let your foot off the brake if you see an impact coming. This could not be further from the truth. The best thing for you to do is hold yourself rigid back against the seat and slam on the brakes as hard as you can. Pressing on the brakes diverts most of the energy away from you and into your car, protecting you from injury. I want everyone to keep something in mind when it comes to surviving a car accident. The main force that injures you is the change in velocity. So if you can slow the change of velocity, you can protect yourself from injury. That's why I want you to hold the brakes down and hold yourself rigid back against the seat. This will slow the rate of acceleration to your body, protecting you from injury.
All right, let's review that again. To help you survive a car accident with minimal injuries, make sure you are wearing that seatbelt properly. Make sure that the headrest is above the top of your head. Make sure your hands are at 5 and 7 o'clock on the steering wheel and that you're seated 15 inches away from the steering wheel. Lastly, if you can see that that car accident's going to happen, step on that brake as hard as you can. And if you do find that you've been in a car accident and you want an experienced doctor with over 20 years experience to take care of you, give my office a call.